What does a conservator do?
The role used to be called restoration, so most people know what a restore is, but conservation is, there's a subtle difference between conservation and restoration. So restoration is when you repair something so that it looks exactly like it did before, whereas conservation is usually used in a museum environment, and we try and preserve whatever is there. And if we do add anything to it, we need to be able to take it away again. So if I put paint on, I need to know that I can remove the paint, for example.
How many steps does it take to repair something? How do you repair a painting?
It's really individual. It's not that there's like a prescribed way of doing anything. So you have to really examine the picture thoroughly. You have to do lots of testing at every level. So first of all, we'll maybe do surface clean, where we remove all the loose dirt that we can. Then maybe we'll test again to see whether we can get the varnish off, if the varnish needs to come off, and then we'll have to test to see what the best way to take it off is, whether we want to take it off, test to, whether we need to do fills. If we want to do repairs, then we have to assess the best way to do the repair for that picture. It always has to do with the picture. So it's, the main part of my job is problem solving.
So what's the best part of this job?
It's quite exciting to see some of the things that come in. I mean, a lot of pictures might possibly be Victorian men with big beards and dark suits, and I get a lot of dark beardy men, but sometimes I get really beautiful pictures in, and it's really it's an honour to be able to get really close to the pictures. When I'm doing examinations and things, I get closer up than you would normally be allowed to get. Yeah, so sometimes when I'm doing examinations, I get to you can see the artist's fingerprints in the paintings, or maybe you find a bit of their hair, or if they've been painting a la plain, as they say, but painting outside, then sometimes you'll find things like the sand from the beach stuck in the paint and things like that. Just little things that nobody else would notice, but it just makes it more personal, tells you a bit of a story about the picture. You're always told as a conservator, you should be like a good mother to the pictures. You should treat them all equally. But there are some pictures that are really beautiful, or pictures that that mean a lot to you. Then it's really, really nice if you can work on those. I remember when I first came here, there was somebody asked me to go and have a look at a painting that somebody wanted to borrow. So I pulled out the drawer, and there was a painting that I've had on my bedroom wall since I was a teenager. And I was like, oh, this is so exciting.
So when you are repairing a very priceless, a very high price kind of painting, so what are you thinking about when you are doing that?
To be honest, I usually don't want to know what the value is. I make it my business to not know how. Obviously with some paintings I know that they're valuable, but I don't go on the records and see how valuable they are, because I did it once with one painting. Luckily I'd already finished it. And I was like, yeah, it's not good to know.
When you find the painting just the one you repaired, are you proud of it? Are you proud of yourself sometimes?
It's not a very personal work. Yes, the less of me that's in the repair, the better. So the idea is that we're meant to be bringing out what's originally there, not putting something new in. So the more it looks like it's meant to look like, and it was always meant to look like, the better I've done my job, basically. But there is definitely a satisfaction when I go into the stores now, and or I see displays and I think, I worked on that, and I know that they wouldn't be displayed if it weren't for the fact that I'd repaired them. So in that sense, yes. But no, it's not for big egos, this job, really. It's for enthusiasm, yes, love, yes, but not big egos.